Hello and welcome to another episode of Anime Masters of the Apocalypse EpiTalks. And this is the second episode where we are going to talk about Vinland Saga. So we are going to talk about episode 3 and 4. With me is Vlad.
Hey.
And we'll get to it.
Yeah.
So we got two episodes to go through here, and they're both, I would say they're both pretty different to each other. So we'll start with episode 3. And I got a lot to say about episode 4, but we'll start with episode 3.
Yeah. Episode 4 was the one with all the juicy bits. But let's go episode 3.
Yes.
I felt like episode 3 was furthering the themes of slavery and how Thorfinn and was Einar what their position in how they are positioned in the food chain.
Yeah, like where they are in the farm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And also the frustration maybe the frustrations of young men like what was he called?
Ketil's son.
Wilhelm's son.
Did you just say Wilhelm?
Wilhelm? What was he called? I don't remember. Oh, no.
Okay, his dad is called Ketil.
Ketil.
So it's Ketil's son. Do they ever say his name? They keep on calling him young master. So So I think they actually they gave him. I'm gonna find out his name real quick.
Yeah, let's find out his name. But what I was saying, again, it furthers those theme of Einar and Thorfinn.
Olmar.
How they position. Olmar.
Yeah.
What's he called? Okay. So yeah, how Thorfinn and Einar how their life is and where in the food chain they are positioned on the farm. And also the frustrations that Olmar has as essentially a young Viking that hasn't been on tucked
Raids, you would say
on raids.
English.
Yeah, on raids. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's a young man who is born into a pretty well-off farming family who's expected to take over the farm, but he's also a young man in a society where the whole Viking thing is pretty much in a golden age, like at this point.
Yeah.
But it's also we're also nearing the end of the Viking age, as we can see. So it is interesting to see like his frustrations of being a young man in that kind of society and what's expected of him and what he expects of himself as well.
Yeah.
And my biggest takeaway from episode 3 was actually when those what they call the farm guard,
Fox and Badger.
Yeah, those two. I think it was Fox, the guy that was cutting Thorfinn. Yeah, when he explains, when Thorfinn is like, "I'm not scared. I don't care. Just do with me what you want and all that," and Fox essentially tells Thorfinn that that what they're doing is killing, and everyone is scared of being of dying and all that, and the fact that Thorfinn isn't scared, and no matter what the Fox does, Thorfinn still doesn't react. Fox gets increasingly angry. He doesn't get frustrated; he gets angry specifically. And my takeaway from that is that pretty much his entire his life and his purpose is, like he said, he's the business of killing, and Thorfinn not reacting to the threat of death pretty much undermines his entire life, like his how he lives, his life's meaning, goal, or whatever you say.
Yeah.
I think that was really interesting.
Yeah, he undermines his product, as Fox said, that his product is death. And for that to work, the people has to be afraid of death.
Yeah, like death
If
needs
not,
to have
it's a
what's the word?
have a weight.
Yeah, weight. Also
Yeah,
worth. Yeah, like
yeah, worth. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Mm.
So yeah, that was what I got out of the episode. And also, yeah, did Snake appear in that episode,
Yeah,
or was it just before?
no, they introduced Snake in that episode where he like
Yeah.
wakes up and goes out for breakfast.
Oh, oh, yeah. It was the room that we saw Snake wake up in. Oh, it was detailed. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I want to bring out now that the original season was animated by Wit Studio, and
Hmm.
they did a fantastic, absolute bang up job there. And when I heard that they wouldn't animate the second season, I actually got
Hmm.
both sad but also worried. And
Hmm.
I heard that when I heard that Studio Mappa was going to animate the second season, I have seen good things from Studio Mappa, but I was worried, still worried. I have no
Hmm.
worries anymore. I'm just say Studio Mappa doing a bang up job.
Oh,
Like
yeah, yeah, and
no worries
that's
there.
apparent than any other episodes right now. Is episode 4. They
Hmm.
they play with the muscles. They play with the animation muscles over at Mappa. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we will get to that. We will get to that.
Yes. So and to cap up, obviously, one of the big things from episode 3 was the whole Thorfinn getting cut and him not caring. So, Vlad, what do you think about that scene?
Uh, what did I think about the scene? At first of all, I thought that, of course, it's badass that he doesn't care. It's not that it's not he is consciously that no didn't want to show emotions because that would just satisfy Fox, but it's also that he didn't care because he has experienced worse than
Yeah.
that. So it's such a good insight. It's such a good insight of, again, where is Thorfinn in his life right now. We know that he doesn't care much about getting a plot of land, but now we also get a deeper cut into, okay, how does he see his own life.
Yeah,
um
and the fact that he says that like he has never been happy in his life ever.
yeah, but okay, that's the thing that bothered me. What about his childhood? He
Okay, you have to
again
remember he
had a
went.
little Thorfinn.
Yeah, but okay, this actually does make sense because you have to remember when he like joined in quotation joined Askeladd's band, he was like 6 years old.
Yeah,
How much do you remember of your life before you were 6 years old? Like
nothing. Nothing.
not much. Let me tell you that. So essentially, almost his entire life had pretty much has been the Viking rough life.
Yeah, yeah,
So it makes sense for him to be like if we take the entire from 6 years old, it makes sense that yeah,
yeah.
almost
It
his
makes
entire life
sense.
has been nothing but hardship.
Yeah. Oh, we all in that episode we got Einar and his crush for, oh, what was she called?
Arne, doesn't right?
The handmaiden.
Yeah, isn't her name
The
Arnade?
what?
Yeah, the mistress Arnade.
Yeah, Anate. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But
she's from
yeah,
Sweden
that
as far as I
was
know. So there should be a Swedish
oh,
name.
cool. But yeah, that was wholesome. I really like it. And then we
Yeah,
just see it. We see, I don't know, take your time at the water hole, and then Thorfinn just going, oh yeah, are you finished? Yeah, okay, I'll go over and watch my face. Just
yeah.
that's so wholesome.
Thorvald just
Oh
not caring at all, and Einar just being full
yeah,
of
Marcelo.
life.
move aside. I have a function. Yeah.
Mm,
So yeah, that was good. That was good too.
mm. Also, that whole idea about Olmar and
Hmm.
of him becoming an adult by killing someone, like that's
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah, that's messed up.
And
Yeah.
I can sort of see what they're talking about in terms of becoming like less of a child, but
Hmm.
I don't think that it will actually. I don't think it would help you become a better person if you end up murdering a person.
Nah, you're right.
Though I
I
suppose, what kind of person do you want to be? Is the
hmm.
question.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the next couple of episode. How will Oma find his way to become an adult?
Yeah, a
Will it will
respectable
it
person.
yeah, will he find a way on the farm, or is it, or will it be necessary to kill someone and afterwards he understands,
Mm.
or he gets what Fox and Badger says or something. How will he end up at goal?
Yeah. You know, I just had a thought. Ulma is actually kind of like Thorfinn before Thorfinn's father died.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Thorfinn again before his father died was also kind of like, oh, I want to be a warrior, and like,
Mm.
oh my, like, why doesn't my father want me to join this like warrior thing, and like, please respect me more and all that. So there's kind of like some similarities there.
The sparring between Thorfinn and Snake, did that happen in episode 3 too?
No, that was
Where
episode
where
four.
Oh, that was episode 4. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah,
Should
damn,
we?
episode 4. Yeah,
Yeah. So let's go
let's
to
go
episode
episode
four.
4. Damn. Okay, and that happened almost in the start of episode 4, as I
Yeah. Like the
remember.
first thing that happens is that Snake interrupts the fox's cutting of
Yeah.
Thorfinn, and he
Yeah.
punches Fox in the face in an epic shot.
Fuck him.
Like, damn.
Yeah, he deserved that. He deserved to break his nose.
Some teeth flew out. Like, it was an epic shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also that Thorfinn got it was so cool because he got a glimpse of
Askeladd.
yeah, Askeladd
Mm.
again. Every time we see Askeladd, that's a cool moment. Askeladd was a great character in the last season, but
Mm.
I I wonder if Snake is gonna be the one. I always wonder when are we gonna go back to Vinland? When are we going back to Vinland?
Are you mistaking
No,
Finland
not
and
to
England
back to
again?
England. Sorry. To England. When are we going to England again? Or if we are at all going to England? But is it Snake who is going to lead the raiding party, and is Thorfinn going to join him, and maybe find a new mentor in Snake somehow, or is it gonna be a partnership in some way because Snake saw his skills at fighting?
Hmm.
That I'm a bit curious about how their relationship, how that is gonna evolve.
Yeah. And
Mm.
I thought it was cool how you could see that uh, Thorfinn's like battle experience kind of
Mm.
just came out without him really thinking about it. Like
Yeah,
because
it
Snake
just
was
stepped
so
back.
skilled that Thorfinn, without thinking about it, he just defended himself.
Yeah, but was it because he saw Askeladd in Snake, or was it because he knew that's that that swipe of Snake's sword would be a killing blow?
No, I think it
I
was.
wonder.
Oh, you
Hmm?
first.
Yeah. No, you first.
Okay, I think my interpretation was that Askeladd was really skilled with the sword. He was like one of the best sword fighters in the first season, and that
Hmm.
what Thorfinn saw in Snake was that Snake was of a similar skill. Like he was also really skilled with the sword. That's why he saw Askeladd there. Like it reminds him of Askeladd's skill with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
That was my
So, yeah.
interpretation of the scene.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to see how their relationship is going to evolve.
Also, one thing that's cool about Snake's character, I gotta say, I enjoy how chill he is. Actually, like about
Yeah.
everything. Like he just wants the farm to function normally and for them to do their job normally. Like that seems to be his like goal essentially. Like the
Yeah.
bodyguards just do like bodyguards. Don't mess with the slaves or the other farmers. Just do your job. Everything will go out fine.
Yeah, he really enjoys things just working and enjoys having time to be lazy.
Yeah.
Because yeah, he's very lazy. That's so good. He didn't want to make any food, so he went up to the barracks or what it is called, up to the other
Bodyguards.
up to the up to the other bodyguards because he knew that there was food ready up there.
Mm.
So yeah, it it's because I didn't catch Askeladd as being lazy at all. We didn't see him being lazy, but that I think that's interesting for Snake, that he as a personality he encompasses a new thing, um, a new thing we haven't seen before. A lazy Viking who has been on raids and who has done all that
Yeah, but
jazz.
he's lazy for the good reasons. Like
Yeah, he's lazy
he
because yeah,
like he works
yeah,
hard so that he can be allowed to be lazy.
yeah, yeah.
Like he wants everything to function properly so that he can just sit back and relax and not worry about life.
Mm.
Like I can respect that.
That yeah, and I actually think that was pretty much the primary function of again. I don't think many Vikings back in the Viking Age they didn't go on tugs
Raids.
because of yeah raids because it was an exciting adventure. No, it was because we can get slaves and we can get
Well, they did it
money and
for
all.
mostly for riches.
Yeah, mostly for riches, so they could
Yeah.
go back and
And be a wealthy
have
farmer.
their
Like most
yeah,
Vikings
be
were
a wealthy farmer.
farmers.
Yeah, so that encompasses that side of life back then very well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, one thing that I noticed about this episode was there was a lot of shots of like animals and nature.
Mm.
So, as someone who lives in Denmark, did all of the nature seem like natural to you?
Again we live in modern Denmark,
So you
so
don't think you can compare modern Denmark nature with
nah. I
Viking
actually think
age?
that nah. I actually think it's actually relief as I remember it. It isn't very. It isn't Skyrim, at least.
No, it
There
doesn't feel
isn't
like that at
big
all.
mountains.
It's not
No, it
Norway.
doesn't feel. No, it's not Norway.
Essentially.
It's not fucking Norway. It's actually it looks like something you can see in Jylland,
Jutland. Yeah.
Denmark, Jylland. Uh, Again, big fields, forests.
Yeah. Just walk down the
Yeah,
street, there'll be plenty of fields. Some farmers
yeah,
getting rid. I'm not even
yeah,
kidding. Nothing has changed in
yeah.
Denmark in the last 1,000 years. It's just a bunch of fields
No,
and
we still have
forests.
fields. We still have fields and forests. Not as big as forests as we have had, but it is the we still have some small forests. But again, back then they would have been bigger, and
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been there would have been a need to deforest to get more farmland. Now we to preserve some of those last trees we had.
Yeah,
So
like
yeah,
back then it was like how fast and how many trees can we cut down to make farmland. Now
to
it's
make
like how
more
many can
farmland.
we like preserve. It's
Yeah,
funny
yeah,
how our
and
society shifts like that.
yeah.
Now
So yeah,
I was just thinking like I watched that the shot of the dung beetle, and I was like, how many dung
oh
beetles
yeah,
are
do we
there in
have
Denmark? Like
do
I
we
have
have
no
dung
clue.
beetles? Again, when I saw that, it looked like a scarab, like those that in there is in Egypt. I
Hmm.
don't. Again, we have dung beetles. We have dung beetles, but I have never seen a dung beetle roll horse poop like that.
Me neither,
Um,
but I'm not a nature
but as I
person,
know,
so
as I know, again, I'm not a biologist, but as I know, they do move poop around and then lay eggs, and then their larvae comes out that. So somehow they move it, but I've never seen one do it. So maybe Studio Mappa has went into the Danish ecosystem and the biology to get to know. Oh yeah, Denmark has dung beetles that does that. Um,
hmm.
yeah. So
Funny.
actually, I think the scenery and the portrayal of of Denmark is actually pretty good.
Hmm.
That wasn't anything that I thought, oh, that this is not Denmark. This is obviously Norway,
Yeah,
as most Viking shows
as most
is based
Scandinavian
on.
shows this. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. They are just all in Norway.
Yeah.
Every Scandinavian country has big mountains.
Hmm.
Ah, poor Denmark.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Hmm. Oh, can we talk about the nightmare scenes now?
all right, let's do that. So
Yeah, because oh god.
we have two nightmares. First, we have Einar having a nightmare about his village getting burned,
Yeah.
and they did a pretty interesting thing where at first it looks like the farm that we are on, the Castle farm, is getting
Mm-hmm.
burned, but then we see that oh no, it's a nightmare about Einar's original farm or village.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done in this is for all of the nightmares essentially, but the nightmares are done in a very kind of like a slow and heavy way,
Hmm.
so that like you can really feel the weight of what it all means. Like
Hmm.
that's how I experienced it anyway.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you
Mm.
on that. I really like if we can jump to Thorfinn's nightmares.
Sure.
I really like how they segued into that. I don't remember if in episode 3 did was that the first time where we saw Thorfinn wake up in a pool of sweat, or was it also in episode 4?
Um, I can't remember. I know that
But
before, at least in episode three, we saw like Thorfinn having nightmares.
yeah, yeah. But I
Yeah.
really like how they hint to what we are gonna see in episode 3.
Mm.
It's not out of nowhere. We see, and I actually interpret that as, oh, of course he sees his dad getting killed or something. But no, later on we know it's later on we find out it's by all the things he has done,
Yeah, all the
and
people
that's
he's
such.
killed or helped
Yeah,
killed in England and elsewhere.
yeah, yeah, and that's so interesting because when he's awake, he's just a husk.
Mm.
Basically, he's so unemotional. But we know later that we know from the nightmare scene. So oh shit, he actually deeply regrets doing all those things, and
Mm.
he's haunted by it. And oh, nom, 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 nom. That's delicious.
Mm.
It's so good.
Yeah, and the
And when
fact,
we've
and it's
yeah.
really cool that you can actually recognize like uh, the, the undead knights that confront Thorfinn in his nightmares. They actually look like the characters that we see in the first season. Like the first
Oh
one, like the
really?
first English knight he killed, I can recognize him. He's wearing some of the same stuff.
Oh,
It's really well detailed.
oof.
And of course, there's the old lady that cared for him that one
Yeah.
time.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah,
Again,
and again he
and
blames
yeah,
himself for the
yeah,
murders of everyone he indirectly helped killed,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
probably a lot of innocence. It,
yeah. It is.
and of course, and then there's the whole scene with Einar looking at Thorfinn and then
Oof.
starting
Start
to choke him. It seems,
to choke him. Yeah.
but then he
Yeah.
really, well, he doesn't go through with it.
Yeah. He realizes. Yeah, he realizes that. I think Einar sees that it isn't because something that happened to him that he has the nightmares of. It's of all the bad things he did and he's re-experienced them,
Mm.
experiencing them in his nightmares. That is how I'm interpreting them. That it's that. Oh, okay, yeah, he's suffering. He's suffering enough
Mm. I also
as it
think
as
that,
it is.
like, kind of like with their conversation that they have later, that Einar realizes that what happened to him, like Einar, it wasn't Thorfinn.
Mm,
He wasn't a part of the
no.
raiding party that did that, and he can see that
Yeah.
Thorfinn is actually suffering already. So he
Mm-hmm.
both like sees that Thorfinn is already suffering, but he also realizes that it's not Thorfinn's fault what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
one thing I think this comes before the nightmares, but a scene that we didn't touch upon. I think this is before the nightmares. I'm not sure. It's where Einar actually asks Thorfinn whether or not
Ooh.
he's been at war
Yeah.
or if he's killed,
Ooh. Yeah.
and
And
Thorfinn is just like, "Why are you asking this?" He's like, "You know the answer."
yeah, and oh, I really like that in that that exchange of words is Einar is asking these deeply moral questions, maybe not in words, but in the implications.
Hmm.
And Thorfinn is just answering with the shortest answer possible
Yeah, like Thorfinn
because
doesn't want to
because
talk about this.
yeah, either he is so enveloped in all the trauma he has experienced that he can't, or he is trying to suppress it as much and doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't like
Or
want to confront this. Like
yeah,
he's like
yeah,
really trying to suppress everything that's happened.
yeah, and that becomes very apparent in his nightmares.
Mm,
What he's trying to suppress.
yeah,
So yeah, oh man, Sudimaba
nailed
really
it.
fucking, yeah, that nightmare scene. It was gorgeous animation,
Hmm.
gorgeous lighting, gorgeous uh, everything, gorgeous colors, everything. The abstraction of the forms of the zombie guards. Oh, damn,
Mm.
that was good. Yeah, it was just beautiful. Haunting and beautiful. That's the key word. That it was scary, but they made it very very. They made it work very very well.
Yeah.
It was
Also,
very good.
one thing I want to point out is that uh, anime in general is well known for having like a fast-paced action story. That's what anime
Mm.
is mostly well known for. And what we're
Mm.
seeing here in Vinland Saga is actually the opposite.
Yeah.
Like this
Holy
is
shit, we have.
a slow-paced drama,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. We have had 4 episodes on the same farm.
Yes.
What?
Well, the first episode kind of ends on the farm, so
Yeah.
3 episodes on the
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah. So yeah, right now we have whole 3 episodes. I really expected at at the end of episode 3 we would they would have left the farm, but no.
Mm.
It
Be-
it's it's very interesting
yeah.
because it makes it makes it it makes the plot it makes it possible for the plot to just focus on the characters and their development. The characters don't have to focus on traveling from A to B
Yeah, yeah.
and right now they don't even have to handle existential threats or threats coming outside. They just have to handle the things on the farm and
Yeah.
how.
Like you realize
So
we
yeah,
have 4
that's
episodes in, and there isn't actually like an
immediate
obstacle.
threat.
Like there
Yeah.
isn't an obstacle that we need to resolve or anything. No, it's just the
Yeah.
focus on the characters developing essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not something you see very often in anime.
No,
In
no,
fiction in general, like
that's far. That's far in between. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Also,
yeah.
I think it was a scene after the nightmares, the conversation between Thorfinn and Einar, where Einar basically tells Thorfinn that stop feeling down about yourself, that you're still alive, you still have life to be thankful for. So
Yeah.
we're both still alive, so let's actually try to live the best that we can.
Yeah.
And also that the whole thing with Einar and what happened to his family, where Thorfinn essentially tells Einar that he's no different from the people that attacked his family and all that, where Einar is like, what happened to my family is not your fault. Don't think the entire world revolves around you. And I think that was really, like, I just really liked the conversation and the philosophy in it. That
Yeah, it was so emotional.
mm,
These 2 characters laying in the hay back to back and talking
yeah,
talking about very very emotional things.
mm,
Again, how they are handling, how they essentially both are handling their trauma.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it kind of
it's
is,
cool.
and it's the kind of perfect setting in a way that we have 2 slaves talking about like the worth of life, like because if you were essentially a life of slavery, is that even a life? One can ask. Where Einar says here that we have a life, so we act because some people don't have a life. So let's actually try to be thankful for the life we have and try to do something with it. Let's try to make the best of it that we have.
Yeah. How nice is 2 men actually showing that. How nice. How nice. It's many times when, at least I think, you see, again, the Vinland Saga is not particularly action anime, but anime is what is it called? It's if it's is it wrong that I say it's the most distributed kind of anime, action adventure, shonen.
I suppose, yeah.
Ah,
Maybe I'm not sure what's the actual the most popular or distributed genre of anime, but
yeah,
I would say action, yeah, definitely is the most.
yeah. And it's nice to see in not another Captain America. Oh, I have just experienced emotional damage the and just I can't even find the words. Things that should change a normal, that should make them think for a long time. and many anime characters don't they just put a band-aid on it and go on to the next fight. But
Like
here we
each,
actually
like what you
see,
mean, like each when it essentially like resets each time a new arc starts. What
yeah,
you mean?
basically,
Like each season, like I heard this about the Pokemon series. It's like each season, Ash he forgets all of everything he's learned and just becomes an idiot at the start of each
yeah,
season. And has to learn everything how to everything works
yeah,
again.
basically,
Yeah, that's something
yeah,
that is a big problem with anime. That
yeah,
essentially long animes, especially.
yeah. But here we see especially Thorfinn uh, struggling with things he has done the
Yeah.
whole first season.
Yes, and this is where it
That's
works
good.
that the first season, 24 episodes, was prologue
Yep.
to this.
Yeah.
Not this, all of this that we're talking about. It would, I don't think it would have worked if we didn't have the back knowledge
Mm.
of everything that happened before.
Yeah, Thorfinn would have been a one big question mark. Why is he like this? And I
Yeah,
don't think that one nightmare scene nailed it as well as it did if we didn't have that whole
yeah.
first
Like if we
season
see
with
that old
just
woman getting killed by Thorfinn, we wouldn't know like the thing that she and her that
yeah.
she's actually done with Thorfinn, like trying to take care of him and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also we
So yeah.
wouldn't know who the blonde guy in his eyes were or
Oh
anything.
yeah.
But here we go, like, oh,
That
he sees
was.
Askeladd there, and so forth.
Mm, yeah.
One little detail that we didn't really talk about, it's much earlier in the episode, where Einar is talking to Arnade, and where he mentions that his family are actually Nordics as well. So it's kind of interesting that his family is descended from the Scandinavians that settled in
Mm-hmm.
England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just thought that was a funny little
Yeah.
addition, and it
Yeah.
also it kind of helped explain the whole language barrier, like or rather why there isn't a
Yeah.
language barrier, and that's the whole
Yeah.
that okay the whole language thing is something that from the beginning said to myself, don't think about it, like
Yeah.
because they're speaking I see it in Japanese, and they're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be what speaking Nordic,
Yeah.
ancient Nordic,
Yeah.
but we go different places. But I do appreciate that they actually sometimes in the show did, but this also did this in the first season. They sometimes address the whole language barrier thing, but it's not something that I would really. It's not something that would bother me if everyone could just understand everyone.
Actually, I really now that we are talking about language, I actually enjoyed watching the Danish subs.
Same, I actually
Watching
also
the
watched the Danish subs.
yeah, yeah, I actually enjoyed it
Hmm.
uh, because it makes sense in my head that oh we are in Denmark.
Hmm.
That's oh well I'm gonna watch it with Danish subs. Um,
They actually use some
so yeah,
Danish Viking age terms, which I think that is pretty cool.
yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Hmm.
So yeah. Still a bit weird that they still called those two guys
For
Badger
Snake
and
and
Fox.
Fox and Bat. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, yeah. They should have called them again. Fox in Danish is Rev, and Badger. What's that called? Vaskebjørn.
Uh, I guess.
I guess
Yeah.
a bit weird that they use
I,
a
th-
not Danish animal
okay, I think I
for
understand
one of
why they decided to not translate the names, or rather
mm,
translate them to English instead. Obviously, it's because it's easier to see like when names are being used and that they are names.
mm, mm, mm.
But it is kind of weird because in Japanese they clearly for snake they clearly say hebi, which is the Japanese word for snake. So it is just
Mm,
snake directly translated. But
mm.
eh, most Danish people
Yeah,
know that snake is slange, so
yeah.
it's just kind of weird. But yeah,
The more you know. Guess
yeah.
what, viewers? You're gonna learn 3 words. So yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Jormungandr in Danish is Midgårdsormen.
Yes.
That there is some Viking lore for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you said you talked about a blonde hair guy. We get a glimpse of another guy in the end of the episode.
Yes, my man, King Canute.
Yes,
We're back in
he's back,
England.
and he's older.
He's a
He
fucking
seems,
badass now.
yeah,
He's
he
about to
seems
conquer
like
England.
he seems like he has experienced some shit
Oh yeah,
since
he's experienced like
last week.
war,
Yeah.
essentially.
What? Again, we don't know much. Do you think we're gonna get a pick me up of what King Knut has experienced, or do you think we're just gonna jump into
I
it?
think we're just gonna jump into it.
Okay. Could you maybe what has King Knut experienced? Yeah, at this point,
Okay, the historical King Canute,
probably.
at least like after his father died, he had to flee England because the former King of England, who fled when when Sweyn, King Canute's father, invaded England. Now he'd come back, and the nobles of England had declared him the King of England again. So King Canute went back to Denmark, where his brother Harald had just become king, and Harald lent, according to the sources, he actually lent the Danish army to King Canute, who then sailed to England and then began to reconquer England.
So probably what we're gonna see King Knut do is maybe taking Thorfinn and Einar and maybe Snake and some
Well,
of
if
his
he's in
men on
England,
his.
how would he do that?
Is he in England?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. What? I I don't think he's in Denmark now, and we're gonna go back to England with him and some of the other characters.
Well, he's also supposed to be.
Again,
Yeah.
you have read the manga, so you know.
Yeah, I actually know what's gonna happen, but I'm.
Yeah.
What? So
Again,
one
that's how
thing.
I interpret. So I didn't see, I couldn't see in the scenery something that caught my eye as, oh, we are in England.
Well, you can see all the
Or
death and destruction.
oh, okay, that makes sense.
Like the, like England at this point is very much a war-torn country,
Ooh.
much more than Denmark. And yeah, part of the blame does lie on the Danish Vikings. I will admit that.
He hasn't got a scar yet on his cheek. I wonder when we're
Oh yeah,
gonna see
he
that.
does, but we just. But the way his the camera just showed him in a way so that we couldn't see his face clearly.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they? Why isn't the camera showing it?
I assume that
So
it kind of like they wanna like they wanna give a like big full reveal shot or something in the next episode, and then they're just gonna tease us right now.
Yeah.
I assume it's like that.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh,
And
I look so much forward to.
one thing I want to bring up is that the nightmare scenes were actually not in the manga.
What?
Yeah, that was an addition to the anime. In the manga, we have like Einar walking up to Thorfinn, looking at him, being really angry, and seemingly going to do something, but then Thorfinn beginning to like having a nightmare, screaming and all that, and then Einar calming down and then going back to sleep. The entire nightmare scenes was something Studio Mappa added to the anime.
Oh.
And I think the setting.
They are fucking flexing over there.
Yes, they are, and I think the scene is actually better for it.
Oof. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, that's a cool insight.
Yeah. So I think that's all for these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't have more to add.
No, not me neither.
So I'm looking forward to seeing Canute steal the show next episode.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And
So yeah.
that has been this episode of EpiTalks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe and comment down below. Bye bye.
Bye bye.